here we go, for the top. You guys remember the song? Okay, all right, let's go. This is a normal rehearsal, but this is a dress rehearsal. This is it, yeah? So act like this is Friday, and you're gonna give it your all. Yeah, it's okay, keep going. I'll sing louder.
With all that's happening in the world today, there's never been a better time for the power of music to bring us together. This is a commemoration of not only our breakthrough and achievements, but also an acknowledgement of the continuous pain and sorrow experienced by Black individuals today. Justice and the good news go hand in hand. And when I think about social justice and its reform, I can't help but believe that it is in fact the work of God. So we use our voices to bring freedom and hope to Black people everywhere. We must find a way to foster and fight for the justice and equality of Black individuals. Through the Black History Project, our goal is to reimagine and capture Negro spirituals and songs that have made a mark in the narrative of the Black experience.
Go, wade in the water, wade in the water, children.
What are the Negro spirituals? These were songs of faith, of deep sorrow, of hope for recompense, and even instructions for slaves planning to escape from their masters. It was a way to exhale their trauma and give them inspiration to stay alive.
What we found with the Negro spirituals, especially the Negro spirituals that were birthed in America, when we began to listen to these songs, we began to hear the pain, we began to feel the pain, we began to see the pain, which I actually think is the three common components of actually culture narrating a story.
Labra Sifri wrote Something Inside So Strong. It was his struggle as a South African, letting the rest of the world know that even though there's like all of this stuff going on and all of the apartheid going on, there's something inside that you can't break. This music that we sing is for everyone, it's for all of us. And out of our struggle, this music becomes a blessing to you. And I want everybody, wherever they're from, to embrace it, because it's for you.
They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, a warrior, more than a survivor. You can thrive, transformed by adversity. You face every challenge, throw your way, stand strong, you can overcome. They try to beat us down, but we rise above the struggle. Never giving up under pressure, we don't struggle. Instead, we discover gold inside as we realize no matter what, you'll never dull our shine.
Deny my place inside this wonder world. My light will shine so brightly and will blind you. Something inside so strong. Know that though you're doing me wrong, you got them a prize. No, something inside so strong. There's something inside me.
I think it's very important to celebrate Black history because us growing up as kids in this country didn't understand anything about our culture. We kind of grew and learned stuff much later on in the past. And for us, what's really important now is for you, the young people, to understand now where we come from, but also where we're going.
Hi, thank you so much. You look and sound incredible. I feel it's a real moment. I think because it's a moment, you don't want to waste this time. So I can hear your voices, I can hear you singing, I can hear the melody, I can hear the harmonies, but I'm not getting the message. A lot of the history has been hidden. That's why we have to talk about it. We have to talk it up. Yeah, it's been hidden. It's been deliberately hidden, deliberately buried. So for example, I was watching a program and it talks about all these Black classical composers, some of whom I have never heard of in my life. They were prolific, but in their day, they were famous. They would get, the adulation and the credit, but then their music would be buried and forgotten. So that kind of thing, it was mind-blowing to me because my training is classical. And in my mind, when I was a child, I thought, this world is not my world, is it? But if I had known about those classical composers, I wonder what that would have done for my self-esteem. What are you communicating here? When people watch this back, years to come, what do you want them to feel? What do you want to communicate? The generations coming after you, what do you want them to say to them?
That we deserve to be free, and God's going to make us free.
Right, we deserve to be free. And we're overcomers. Can you sing like overcomers? I still can't hear you. Can you sing like overcomers?
Born around 1820, Harriet Tubman is one of the most famous political activists of her time. She led numerous rescue missions and used Negro spirituals as a way to instruct other captives on how to escape. The spiritual Wade in the Water was used by Tubman to tell escaping slaves to get off the trail and get into the water to ensure that the dogs employed by their slavers lost their trail.
Wade in the water, we did wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God said he's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, we did wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. We are the sons and the daughters. We gotta stand up and make it loud, just like our God told the
if you look in the eyes of somebody who's part of the Windrush generation, what you see is an incredible spark that said that against all odds, we can overcome. My dad said that growing up, he heard that the streets of London were paved with gold. He heard that the motherland was a place that was incredible. And there was this utopia about England. When he arrived, he was faced with something so different where where really, and I'm passionate about this, where there was notices in the window that says, you can't come and live here. No blacks, no Irish, and no dogs. So they found it hard to find places to live.
Well, one of the most striking things about our parents and grandparents coming to this country is that when they actually came here, there were lots of churches, but some of the churches really didn't accept them, didn't want them to be a part of the congregation or part of the community. So they reluctantly, in some cases, started their own churches. And that's where we started to see the emergence of just amazing singing, choirs, gowns. You know, that's the days when they used to wear big gowns, and you know, it was like the whole thing. It was showy, man. It was good.
I wear the scars of forgiveness for the doors that didn't open, but they were shut because of the way I looked. For the places that didn't invite me in because they weren't sure about what sound I would be. They already pictured the sound I would be. The journey has been a hard journey. One of the things for me as a worship artist was if somebody was called a gospel artist, it meant they were a black artist doing a particular style of music. But here I am born first generation Windrush. The first music I start listening to is rock. I start listening to the likes of Gary Moore, Santana. I felt that the story that was narrated for me said that this is the box you fit in. And here I was going, but no, I want to be contemporary. I want to be relevant to my moment now. So I think the journey has been a hard journey because the boxes that were created not just around style of music, but actually around color of skin.
A common characteristic of the spirituals was that they were a retelling of the stories of the Bible. Our next song centers around two well-known women from Luke's Gospel, Mary and Martha.
Oh Mary, oh Martha, oh Mary, ring them bells. Oh Mary, oh Martha, oh Mary, ring them bells. I hear angels are rocking.
church seems to be trying to come together. And maybe not in the most scientific or intelligent way, but our love for God and our love for the music and our love for worship and coming into a space and experiencing the room and understanding not only the room, but what's actually happening viscerally, you know, from man to man, from person to person.
I think that the important thing that we need to maintain as black people is our ethnicity. The culture of Christ actually almost has no color, but it has room for the expression of ethnicity.
I always say, when you have us all together with one voice, one heart, one mind, there's nothing more powerful than that.
The song I want to share with you is a medley of 3 anthems which became famous during the civil rights movement in America. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. We shall overcome and lift every voice. Each song carries an overwhelming sense of hope, a cry for liberation, and a sense of the Spirit of God.
Share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bonds that keep us apart. I wish you knew what it would mean to be free. So you'd see and agree that every man should be free. You'd see and agree that every man should be free. Then you'd say it loud, say it clear, for the whole round world to hear. You say it loud, say it clear, for the whole round world to hear. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Rolling sea, rolling, rolling sea. Let the voice and sing. Oh, my, 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 my. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Oh, my, 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 my. Lift every voice, all you nations. Oh, my, 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 my. Every voice, every voice. Every voice. Let us roll and see.
The fight against racial injustice towards black men and women isn't over. In many respects, it is only just beginning to open up. We sing because though pressed on all sides, we are not crushed. We remain hopeful. We sing because we believe we can be free, and ultimately, our eyes are on our God.